The main skill that you need to find employment is you need sociability. You need personability. You need to get rid of your social anxiety and rid of your fear of rejection. So what I would recommend is to just pipe up, like to start. The best way to get this skill is to just start every time you order something, every time you have an interaction with somebody, pipe up and make a little conversation. So let's say you're ordering a burger from McDonald's. You can just pipe up and just ask them how the day is going before you order. Make a small conversation. And these little skills will compound. So let's say you get good at just sparking up small conversation. That is a skill that will allow you to spark up small conversations with people that you might want to ask for something. But what you need to make sure you don't do is start with the ask. You have to start with warm up, because if you go right into business, it feels because why? You are not establishing relationship. You're establishing, basically you're establishing you're stealing from them, right? If you, let's say I'm an employer and some random dude just walks up to me and starts saying, "Hey, can I work for you?" I would not like that. Why? Not because necessarily it's not good, but because if you think about it, this is a guy where I need to know that this guy has skills and has the ability to work with customers and has the ability to be sociable and work well with other people. And so if you just come up to me and start yapping about, "Hey, can I get a job?" immediately I'm going to think this guy's an idiot. But if you sum up and say, "Hey, how are you? I'm Silas," and you yapped for a couple seconds, "How's the day going?" "Yeah, crazy weather we're having," whatever, BS. Or just ask a genuine question about something they're wearing or their shoes or whatever. This will give you an open to have a dialogue with the person. And then once you're having a dialogue, then you can spark a question of like, "Hey, like any chance you guys are looking for somebody to bring on to your team?" Right? Questions like that you're not asking them to give you a job. You're asking them what they need and you are giving it to them. That is how you have to frame it. You cannot frame it like you're asking them for something. You have to frame it like you have something to give to them. That is how you have that discussion so that you don't come off weird. Because if you say, "Hey, can you hire me?" what is that coded with? The framing is this: I am unemployed. I have no good real options. And you wouldn't be asking random people that if you had other employment ventures. However, if you come at it with conversational tone, with a question of need, then that frame is way different. You're intelligent, you're intuitive, you're experienced in finding their needs, you're noticing their needs, and you know what I mean? So that is what's going to get you in the door. So that can be applied to anything, right? That's the main skill. Can you strike up a 30-second conversation, and can you pitch a question of, "Hey, like any chance you guys are looking for new team members? Like I just actually finished working at a," you want to make a situation that makes sense. "Yeah, I just finished college. I'm just, interested in working in your field, and I think I'd be a great fit." Something like that, right? Or you could even just say, you don't even have to make it that complicated. You could literally just say, "Hey, you guys looking for somebody to work with?" But you have to have the in. Now, then the next question is the economics of supply and demand. Are you in a position where lots of people ask this person for a job? Number one. And number two, what are you expecting for that work? Are you expecting to be compensated in terms of experience, or are you expecting to be compensated in terms of income? Because let me tell you, if you're an idiot, and when I say idiot, I mean inexperienced, which probably you are if you're watching this video trying to get a job. If you're watching a video on how to get a job, you probably don't know shit. So let's just start with being humble, right? If you don't know shit, you actually need the person to pay you in experience. And so what you want to do is you want to try and get close to people, right? Try and find a job as an assistant. Try and bust your ass for a little pay until you have proven your worth, and then wait until they move you up automatically, because 80% of jobs are not posted. So what you kind of want to do is get your foot in the door at a bigger company, or get your foot in the door at a smaller company that has growth potential, right? So what I would recommend, if you're really dumb as bricks, you have no idea what to do, you can literally just call up any random plumber and say, hey, do you guys need any extra hands? Like, I'm interested in learning to plumb. And there's like a 60% chance they might just be like, yeah, but you might need a vehicle, etc., whatever. But literally a plumber would just probably say yes. Why? Because nobody ever has asked him that. Like, probably a plumber will get one call every year from a guy trying to get a job, right? And usually a plumber needs help, and usually plumbers, they have a guy that helps them, and the guy sucks, or he's not always available, or they're running their business pretty poorly, right? So it's a smaller blue collar business, right? So it's different. However, if you look at a different type of company you might want to work at, maybe you want to work C-suite, maybe you want to work in like a office environment, right? How do you get those jobs? You become a waiter at a high-end restaurant and start just flirting with these people, basically. You just chop it up with them, become a good guy, If you are an intelligent and charismatic waiter, you will gain so much experience on how to interact with people. Now your question is, well, I don't have a job. How do I become a waiter? Same thing. You take that skill, piping up conversations with your guy at the cash register. You take that skill and you apply it to getting a job at a restaurant, and then you apply it to your table that you're waiting. Hey guys, how's it going? My name is Josh. I'm here to take care of you tonight. I hope you're all having a great day. Your day's about to get better. And let me start you off with some drinks. What do you guys want? Water. Okay. And this guy wants a Coke. Billy Big Bottom over here wants a Coke. I can see you really has the money over here. This guy wants a Coke. Y'all getting water. You're broke. No, you probably shouldn't go that far unless you're really a chill guy. But you can always chop it up with the people at your table. Sit down with them even a little bit. There's levels to how busy it is or whatever, right? But having the ability to have social lubricant, being a socially lubricated kind of person, will get you in a place where you probably wouldn't be able to get on your own, by your own merit. But if you are charismatic, funny, charming. And where does that come from? That comes from literally just every time you go to the grocery store, talk to the lady behind the counter. Every single time you're in an aisle with another person and you're going to bump into them, just make an offhanded remark to them and smile and make them laugh. These small things will compound time again, over and over and over and over again. These little things are going to add up to the point where you're so comfortable in your own skin that people feel comfortable around you and they have faith in you. And that's where they take a chance on you, because you're not anxious. You're not overexcited. You're not jumpy. You are confident, calm, and intelligent, and understandable, and approachable, and predictable. That's what people are looking for. They don't want a person that seems super crazy. They don't want somebody that's looking at, the window and checking the time all the time and is nervous, right? The way that you feel about yourself is the way that other people will feel about you, because they will trust your emotions about your own actions. If you are jumpy and anxious and all this kind of excited and you're bumbling your words and you're rushing, that's going to communicate to the people around you that something's wrong, something's off, something is weird. But if you are calm and collected, speak quietly, speak with good tonality, just shake their hand, look them in the eye, say, hey, how are you? My name is Jason. I'd like to work for your company. Or even just, how are you today? Are you guys hiring? This is how you approach the people you want to work for. So basically what I would say is this. If you want to move up quickly, if you want, it depends on what if you're mechanically inclined, right? You want to work blue collar. I would recommend working blue collar for 80% of people. Why? Because your job can't be replaced by AI, number one. And number two, it's the easiest situation you can be in where you have a useful skill set that is super marketable, where you can create your own company and you can scale it if you have even half of a brain, and your competition is usually pretty stupid. So if you're even half intelligent and a little bit smart, you can take a blue collar job for 5 years, turn it into a career, and that 5 years, after only about 5 years of experience, you should be able to basically go out on your own. And if you can't, at least after 5 years or 4 years or even 2 years, if you're really diligent, you'll be able to transfer that skill set to another company that will pay you better and develop you and your skills even better. And so that's what's going to pay your bills, is being calm, having good tonality, having good emotional control, being regulated, being calm, taking deep breaths, approaching people, striking up conversations, being comfortable in your own skin, right? You're watching this video, you're listening to this video. What's so captivating about what I'm talking about? I am making it captivating with my tonality. I am putting emphasis on each word, and I'm creating a speaking tone. I am creating a emphasis. I am creating intrigue with every word because I'm pausing. I'm comfortable with pausing, and I am waiting for the right moment to say the right things, and my tone is rather low, rather calm, rather collected, and I'm not panicked. If I was here and I was saying, hey, what's going on, guys? Hey, I just wanted to let you know that you couldn't listen to that because it's going to make you so anxious that you're going to lose your mind. It's going to make you agitated. You're going to want to move away from that. But if you have a calm tonality, you bring people in, and it creates intimacy. It creates calm. It creates chill vibes. And then obviously once you actually get a job, then you literally have to be good at your job and follow instructions and put your head down for a while. And then congratulations, now you're employed. But that's not the end of the road. If you stick around, I'm going to make another video on how to move up in a company and how to do your job well. All right, guys, thank you for watching. See you later.
Bye.